Hello everyone, this is Dreadwing 2029, and these are the top 24 Transformers of 2024. Obviously, like last year, I have to preference the list. Not every figure is going to be from this year specifically, but most of it this year are really from this year, so it's kind of evens it out. The ones I didn't get from previous years, it kind of evens it out. But enough talking. I got a lot of figures to cover in so short time, so sit back, grab some drink, grab your favorite snack, and sit down. I'm going to be talking a lot of Transformers, so please like, please subscribe, and enjoy the show. Thank you so much, guys. Alright, starting off at 24, we have Core Class Concept Rumble. Still a nifty little guy. I do like this design. Still not quite sure what the guns are, but still really compatible with Studio Series Soundwave, how it folds up into a box that fits in his chest. I do like these little bits on his arms so he can cause the earthquakes and crack the nuts inside. Still a nifty figure. That's why he is at number 24. Next, number 23, we have Siege Ratchet, a figure I never thought I would actually get. Still quite nifty, as some parts of mine are that feel like they could be yellowed in the future. Also, there's a bit of damage there, unfortunately not out of my hands due to a dog, and also this part is also completely chewed off. You can still transform, but unfortunately it doesn't really stay on very well, but still pretty cool. I do like the new weapons, like the gun, the pistol, how the wrench can also detach and hold it, and a nice nod to the G1 toy. But really cool nonetheless, but I don't get why the prices are so high. I know it's an exclusive, but it kind of feels a little bit overrated, don't you think? And that's why Siege Ratchet is at number 23. At number 22, we have Earthrise Cliff Jumper. I actually always wanted to own one of these molds, and I finally jumped at the chance of getting one, and pretty nifty little guy. I was actually also considering him to be Daybreak Cliff Jumper, but a few issues I have with him. The waist of mine's really loose, and also I can't really have the backpack as a shield because the arms, like here, will just flop down. I'll just give you an example here really quick. See? Like that, so I can't really have the shield, but I did make use of Cliff Jumper's weapons here. I actually use it as cannons for Ironhide in the series, so pretty useful, and still a centerpiece of my collection. I still really dig him. Just a few issues get in the way of him being great, and that's why he's at number 22. And at number 21, we have Studio Series Shockwave. But is it? It's actually not Studio Series Shockwave. This is actually a KO of Studio Series Shockwave. So it kind of counts, but this feels like it was actually an official figure. Like, it doesn't feel like a KO at all. The joints feel as they should. Shockwave's head's a little bit loose. And some of the tabs are a little bit... a tiny bit finicky, but you can kind of get that with a KO. But some of the joints are also sharp, like his hands here. And also the colors are a little bit different. They're kind of going more closer to the movie than the official Studio Series Shockwave. I don't mind it. Kind of see the shiny purple, but still a really cool figure despite being a KO. It's like a top-notch KO, and that's why it is at number 21. Next in line at number 220, it is Legacy Strong Arm. Very cool figure. I do always wanted a version of Strong Arm in collection. I kind of passed up the original Strong Arm. I probably should have ended up buying it, but long and behold, they actually announced the Legacy Strong Arm, and I actually do like it. Aside from the legs actually being a little bit loose on mine, but still a nifty figure nonetheless, and still really posable. Unfortunately, the shoulder and back kibble can be quite a little bit irritating, but it's not, totally, it's not totally, gets in the way of everything, like the posability in the arms and such. So still a right figure, and this is why she is at number 20. Next, for number 19, we have another lady. It is Studio Series RC. Now, a lot of people don't like this figure, apparently. Apparently, they said the joints are really loose, but mine are really sturdy. Also, they don't like the backpack, which, it's a give and take, but honestly, with the backpack, it actually, the transformation is actually not really irritating as opposed to the Earthrise / Kingdom RC, which I was infuriated. Even with the Alita One, like that transformation really annoyed me. And also the feet are a whole lot better, so she can hold really cool poses without falling over, like something like this. Earthrise Kingdom mold cannot even do this without falling over. So that is why RC is at number 19. And speaking of Alita One, number 18 we have Alita One Legacy version. And this is kind of funny because this Alita One is actually used by somebody, but the joints, especially in the legs, are really, really sturdy. And the strong arm was actually brought mint in the box and had like looser leg joints, which I kind of find odd. But she's so freaking sturdy, and also do really like the backpack on Alita over strong arm. Strong arm's backpack is fine, as I said before, but honestly, Alita, I do like how it can kind of compact, or we can have like these bits like come up over the shoulders like this if you want to. Kind of get some customization here. Don't mind it. I do like the clear weapons, and I don't know, like there's like a piece here that comes separate. I think that's supposed to be a head poking out there, but really cool figure nonetheless. I should have used this one for Daybreak over the Netflix Alita, but this is why she is number 18. Next, at number 17, we have Transformers 1, Optimus Prime. Despite not making the numbers at the box office, but being a critical success, Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, the studio series, is actually pretty solid. If you don't mind the beige color of the grey, then also there's some bits like the smokestacks and even the weight, the crotch here is actually painted this, like, it's almost like a pearl white. It's like a shiny, it kind of shines even like in the light here, as you can kind of see, but there's like a shininess to this, but really solid design. I love the fact like he's so freaking posable in robot mode, and really easy transformation. Kind of weird is that they don't really cover up the fist, but of course still got the Matrix. Still my favorite part of Prime, so still a solid design. I kind of wish the axe was a different color, but that's another kind of minor nitpick. But that is why Transformers 1 Optimus is at number 17. Now at number 16 we have Studio Series Soundwave from the Bumblebee movie. I and many others would agree that this robot mode design is perfection and translates really, really well in toy and in posability, and also compatible with the core class Ravage, which actually has an extra gun piece for Soundwave as well, which is pretty cool, and also Rumble as well can fit in your Soundwave's chest as well. But the vehicle mode execution unfortunately didn't get as executed well as this robot mode. Vehicle mode looks like a flying brick, or looks like a surfboard, or Green Goblin's glider. It can basically be many things. The concept art has it like as a hovercraft, or like a hover vehicle or tank or some sort, which would have been much cooler if they executed it much better on toy, like this robot mode. And that's why Soundwave is at number 16. Coming in at number 15, we have Legacy, Robots in Disguise, Sideburn. I was hesitant to pick this guy up, mainly because, you know, they use the Shadow Striker mold. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Shadow Striker, but it still feels like Sideburn. A lot of the paints and a lot of the colors look really good. I do realize there's a little bit of shininess on the windshields. Really cool, you know, repaint. It kind of makes sense now having him, and I'm definitely, you know, liking him since I now own him. Really solid joints and really well designed. I hope they do like I think there's like a red repaint of Sideburn, which will also be pretty cool. We'll add some extra like flame decals, which will really be cool. And that is why Sideburn is at number 15. Number 14 is Cliffjumper from the Bumblebee movie. And finally happy to have this guy. This was actually meant to be Cliffjumper for Transformers Daybreak, but I had trouble finding one at a reasonable price because for some reason people who are selling this guy are selling it for like 50 or 60 bucks, like well over its asking price for some reason. And I got this guy for less than that, like 30, like pretty much the exact retail price for a deluxe in Australia. And once again, very solid figure. I kind of question the head, but even still, it's kind of growing on to me, and I do like the colors. But only trouble I have with this mold is I wish Hasbro would stop using these plastic tabs, because one of them's actually broken off there. But still, really cool figure. Really like this mold. Aside from that, and that's why Cliffjumper is number 14. At number 13, we have the Punish and Enslaver. That's right, it is Earthrise Barricade. Another figure that I was going to use for Daybreak. This is going to be Daybreak Barricade. Of course, at the time, I couldn't find it. Same reason as Studio Series Cliffjumper. The prices for him were just so unreasonable that I trying to find a reasonable price, and I finally found one, but unfortunately Daybreak is already like 5 or 6 episodes in already, so unfortunately he misses the cut. But I still could consider him in the future, like figure wise for Barricade, but because this figure is really good, like posability wise, your vehicle mode's solid, really awesome. And I hope one day to get your white, your Prow version of this guy, but maybe sometime in the future. But Earthrise Barricade is at number 13. Next, at number 12, it is Studio Series Shockwave, the Bumblebee movie version. Absolutely amazing figure. I'm glad I didn't really skimp on this. I did kind of pass it a few times, but I did actually finally get into this figure, and really freaking posable. You know, he's missing a bicep swivel, especially in important areas like here. But at the same time, this guy is so posable. Fully detailed, got every detail, even the Autobot symbol there, which is actually because they reused the model for Optimus Prime for Shockwave, and that's why it has it. So really cool detail. And my favorite bit is obviously that light piping in the eyes is really freaking spectacular. Like at the back, at the top here, and at the back, when the light hits it at a certain angle, really freaking pops. That's why I like the light piping, and that's why Shockwave is at number 12. Now coming in at legs 11, we got this small guy, Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. I figure that I, like most people, were really on the fence about, especially the way he looks and the way he designs, but actually getting him in hand, actually playing with him, actually transforming him, he's absolutely freaking amazing. Like, really amazing. Like, I feel like, to me, personally, this figure beats out the Earthrise Bumblebee molds, like, by a mile. Like, you probably say, like, oh, the chest is sticking out furthest, or, the car mode doesn't even look like the Volkswagen. It looks like the G1 Volkswagen B. But probably most people's complaints about this guy is the price. And yeah, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but I still think, that I wouldn't really pass this figure up. This is absolutely phenomenal. I hope they do a cliff jumper version, and that's why Bumblebee is at number 11. We have finally reached the halfway mark at number 10. And who should be at number 10? This guy, Studio Series Age of Extinction Galvatron. I wasn't even going to buy this guy, wasn't even going to consider him. I saw a review, I gave him a chance, and I love him. He outshines the original by that much. Like, you can't even see my arms off screen, but huge much. Like, transformation wise, like, this versus essentially just a cab folding on the back. Just absolutely impressive. The paint apps are obviously way impressive. I do like the silver, the added orange, the blues. Could have used some more paint in the grays, but that's probably only one minor criticism. The head's a lot more accurate. Just, honestly, I'm glad I picked this up in the end. This is just phenomenal. And this is why Galvatron is at the halfway mark of number 10. Next at Mighty 9, we have Studio Series Concept Sunstreer. I have to ask, why didn't this make the movie? Like, seriously, this is a well-designed bot. Like, vehicle mode engineering, like, transformation-wise, I do like the bit with the wheels where you roll them and it looks like it's spinning in the inside, even though they're not actually wheels. Transformation is pretty simple, but very, very fun to do. Head sculpt is really good, and I do like the cannons, so you can have them on the arms or have it like on the back like I do, which actually kind of suits, to be honest. It actually suits his design wise to have it on his back, but really solid figure. But I would absolutely love if they do a concept Studio Series Sideswipe. Because Sideswipe actually appeared in the Bumblebee movie. If you look really closely, he was in there. But Sunstreaker didn't make it? Come on. And that's why Sunstreaker is at number 9. Next at number 8, we have Studio Series Jazz. I never in the life of me really thought that Reveal the Shield Jazz could ever be topped as a G1 representation of Jazz. I mean, there was the Combiner Wars, the Titans Return Jazz, which was pretty good, but still, I still think the Reveal the Shield Jazz was really freaking good until I saw the Studio Series Jazz. And having him in hand, and I can see why he's really popular. Like, I reckon he can easily be a replacement for RTS Jazz, because mine is actually really yellow, and and unfortunately you got diagnosed with it. So this is a good replacement for that figure. Really freaking poseable, good articulation, and really fun transformation from bot to vehicle form. Like, not one bit of the transformation from that mode really irritated me, and this is a good jazz, and that's why he is at number 8. Next, at number 7, we have Studio Series 86 Ironhide. Honestly, the definitive G1 version of Ironhide there is. Probably the masterpiece will probably be more like super duper tune accurate, but this is a solid replacement. If you don't have the money for the masterpiece, this is very suitable, like very good posability wise, like pulls off tons of different posability, good transformation, like the vehicle form that doesn't look like, you know, it's been sideswiped by a car like it was in the Energon 2.0 Ironhide mold, and best of all, you know, we finally get a mainline Ratchet of this mold, so no exclusive Ratchet that won't cost you an arm and a leg for this version. Very, very nice and very, very cool. And that is why Ironhide is at number 7. Alright, down to the top 6. And at number 6, you knew he would be somewhere. It's of course my boy, Dreadwing. Finally got my hands on Legacy Dreadwing. I've been so anticipating since he was announced. And also perfect time that he happened to arrive on my birthday, so even better. And even better still, there's actually a part of Dreadwing that is improved from my Skyquake, because if you look here, this bit on my Skyquake, the waist bit that connects is really loose on my Skyquake, but is really freaking sturdy on Dreadwing here, which actually makes it more stable. But still, this is still a lovely figure, lovely mold. I know there are a few people who diss this mold, and I kind of see their point of view, but I kind of don't. But this is still a fantastic figure. It's good to have the Prime, Dreadwing, Skyquake together, and that's why Dreadwing, my boy, is at number 6. For number 5 is this Legacy Stunner. That's right, it is Legacy Cybertron Hotshot. I explained in full, quick detail why this figure is absolutely amazing in my quick review and overview. This is just an awesome remake. This is how you do a Legacy Cybertron remake. This is phenomenal, front and back. This feels like the original figure. Although I think if I had to nitpick one thing, is probably the feet. I wish for a little bit bigger, like only like a smidge bigger, because he can kind of fall over frontwards, but that's the only complaint I have about him. Aside, it doesn't detract from how awesome this figure is. And also, can we get him in a red, Excellion red, Hasbro, if you're doing repaints, because this is absolutely gorgeous. Love the Cyber Planet key gimmick of the old toy. It reminds me of the old toy. Love the gun, love everything about this. That's why Hotshot is at number 5. For the beginning of the top 4, that's right. It is Studio Series Concept Bumblebee Megatron. Absolutely freaking love this guy. Like, engineering, transformation, articulation, it has it all. The other reason he's at number 4, because the competition is so tight, but oh my god, this is... If you missed out on this figure, I seriously don't know why, because this is by far, without a shadow of a doubt, an absolutely gorgeous figure. That's why I had to, for Transformers Daybreak, I had to try and incorporate this figure somehow into the story, even though I'm using Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Megatron, but I made this as Megatronus, or before Megatron's uprising, and I think it suits well, just like his all three of his modes. His jet mode, if you don't like the jet mode, it's still a really nice inclusion. The tank mode's really solid, and of course the robot mode is absolutely where Hasbro peaked. That is why Megatron is at number 4. Here we go, the top 3. At number 3, we have Studio Series Commander Class Ultra Magnus, the 86 version. And oh my goodness, I've been waiting to own a definitive edition G1 Ultra Magnus for a long ass time, and to me, I think this is it. I know, not everybody would be a fan of this. People say it's too tall, or it might be too bulky, but this is a perfect combination of just everything I wanted in an Ultra Magnus. Also, my favorite bit is I love the way it incorporates like the front cab into the body, which is freaking genius. Obviously, he's a car carrier. He has to, carry deluxe cars on top of Ultra Magnus, and also the spring-loaded Matrix chest, which another cool-looking Matrix. It kind of looks similar to 86 Hot Rod, but still my favorite. And the transformation is absolutely perfection. I love transforming him, and also the blaster effects I love as well. And this is why Ultra Magnus is at number 3. Now, at number 2, this is a guy I wanted a year ago. And after saying that, you probably know who it is, but let me show you. Oh yeah, it is Legacy Armada Optimus Prime in super mode, but oh my goodness. I said a year ago, if I had him, he will be right up the top of my list, and lo and behold, he's at the very top, nearly at the number 1 spot, if not for another contender. But oh my goodness, this is a fantastic figure. And what makes it even better is that apparently I used to own the original Armada Prime many years ago. I don't even remember it as a kid, but my mom said that I used to own one of these toys, and having it in person, in hand, it just makes it all the more worthwhile. Probably it's a little bit finicky first time to get it into super mode, but once you do it, oh my god, it is so worth it. Sturdy joints, feels like Armada, and absolutely freaking cool. And that's why Armada Prime is at number 2. And now for the number 1 spot. At number 1 is a figure that I don't expect to own, nor Hasbro to do even a remake of. Just out of the blue, just suddenly this figure, like this character. For number 1, we have, drumroll please. That's right. It is Legacy Magmatron. Oh my god, like, for such a multicolored figure, this is well designed. It's like the whole parts forming pieces, like, perfectly clipped together. He has really good articulation, even has waist for a parts former. Essentially, you're getting 2 liter-sized dinosaurs for the price of 1, and plus a scout size as well. Even the mode where like he combines like all 3 dinosaurs into a walking mode, even that is really freaking cool. Just everything about this just screams amazing, and also it definitely respects the original, but also is enhanced, but also improves upon the original's look and makes it big, beefy, and menacing looking. And if I saw him, I wouldn't be able to think twice to fight him without any backup. Man, this is how cool Magmatron is of a character, and the design team behind this is just well freaking done. And that's why Legacy Magmatron is number one of my top Transformers of 2024.